Right. Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavat Padam Shankaram Lokashankaram. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Avashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Asatoma Sadgamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Continuing our contemplation on teaching of Sri Advaita Rishi to Maitreyi. Yadnavalkya Rishi tells Maitreyi, Atma Areva Drashtavyam Shrotavyam Mantitavyam Nididhyasitavyam. One who realizes self attains the supreme bliss. We live with the notion that I am the body and I am the mind, I am the intellect. We associate I am with different objects like body, mind, and intellect. So this is the cause of suffering. The I am indicates I am consciousness, and I is indicating consciousness or awareness. Am indicates existence. So I am is really pointing to the pure awareness which is beyond the body, mind, and intellect. The pure awareness in which this body, mind, intellect has appeared. But we mistakenly identify with the body. I am is identified with the body. So really we have to find out who am I? This is what Sri Ramana Maharshi teaches. Who am I? How to do that? You have to listen to the teachings. Shravana. Atma Reva Shrotavyam. Because we don't know about Atma. We know so many, we can, anything which we know in the world belongs to the domain of objects, which is available to sense organs. Okay. The self is not available to sense organs. Self is the seer. Sense organs are the objects. So the teaching of Atma, the self, we have to obtain. How do we get that? For that, we need a master who is realized. It's called Brahmanishta, one who is established in Brahman, one who is realized the Supreme, Brahmanishta. And Shrotriya, one who is able to tell the teachings of Vedanta in a way, simple way, where you can understand. The teaching has to be made, the teaching has to be in such a way that you can understand the essential teachings of Upanishad and Vedanta. What is the essential teaching of Vedanta? You are that. Tat Tvam Asi. You are that consciousness. That is consciousness, pure awareness. The pure awareness is Brahman or supreme reality. Pure awareness is non-dual. So essential nature of the self has to be understood from a realized master. That's called Shrotavyam. Okay. Shrotavyam, Manthavyam. That means we have to contemplate on the teaching. A master teaches the Vedantic teaching based on your own experience. He points out to your own experience of waking state, dream state, deep sleep state, and points to something which you have not noticed. He always takes you from known to unknown. The master doesn't tell you, believe this. He always takes you from a known to unknown. Okay. And helps you to recognize the real nature of the self. It's a recognition, not a gain. Already what you have, what you are, is pointing out. But you didn't notice because you're so busy in the objective world, the world of objects. It's called Shrotavyam. For listening, we need a master who is realized. Why a realized master? Because there's a conviction in what he teaches. Otherwise, there's no conviction. Some bookish knowledge is told, okay, there's no conviction or clarity. Somebody speaks from his own inner understanding. There's a lot of clarity and conviction in what he says. So that is called a realized master, a Sadguru. And Sadguru has a way of teaching, technique, yukti. Through various techniques, yuktis, he will teach you the essential nature of reality, which is your own self. And this teaching methodology is called Prakriya. So you have to listen to an authentic teaching from an authentic master through an authentic Prakriya. And each master may have his own favorite techniques of teaching. But what is important is an authentic realized master is required. Otherwise, you will understanding will be wrong. A blind man cannot lead another blind. It's very easy to get confused with anything in the objective world also. Somebody says something, somebody hears something. That's why so many fake news travel around. The spirituality is about a subtle subject. Subtle. It's very subtle. So the sharp mind is required. And a proper guidance is required to understand subtle truths. If you say, I will understand truth myself, very well you can do. But understand that our mind is already corrupted by various kinds of impressions, vasanas. Okay. So with these vasanas, you try to understand something, then it will add a color to its own. The color gets added. Even one word of teaching from a realized master also can be misunderstood. One word, one alphabet can be misunderstood. Forget about the sentence, forget about the teaching. There's a story in Upanishad. Devatas or king of God, Devatas, king of God, Devendra, king of Asuras, Danavendra, and a human king, Manavendra. These three go to Brihaspati Acharya. Please give us some teaching. Brihaspati Acharya gives only one teaching. He says, Da. That's all. Da. Over. Brihaspati Acharya is a great spiritual master, well-known spiritual master. He just gives one alphabet of teaching, Da. So this Da is understood by three beings in a different way. Danavendra, the king of Asuras, he thinks Da means Daya. Daya means compassion. He thinks that demons, Asuras or demons are cruel. So practice daya. So human being understands in a different way, one alphabet. Oh, human beings are selfish. Brihaspati Acharya is telling us to be unselfish, to do dana. Then Devendra, king of gods, he thinks these gods are very, they are enjoying life, dance, music, and all. So Brihaspati Acharya is telling us Dhamma, control over sense organs. Okay, one alphabet of teaching can mean three different things to three different people. That too, teaching from a great realized master called Brihaspati Acharya. So how human mind can interpret many things. So with that mind, our mind, which is already corrupted, polluted by vasanas and impressions, when we try to understand spiritual teaching, there's a lot of distortion can happen. So that's why a authentic spiritual master who is well versed in Vedantic teaching, who is able to clearly give the message of Vedanta in a way you can understand, is very important in spiritual life. That's called Shravana. Manana is you have to contemplate. Okay. So what our master has told, is it applicable to me? Where is the doubt? Am I getting the doubt? So when you get a doubt, you can study the textbooks. Vedantic textbooks are there. Go through it and understand, clarify. You can discuss with your fellow students, but best is go back to the master and say, this is where I'm getting doubt, and then clarify. Because your fellow students also may have wrong understanding of teaching, because each person understands the teaching in a different way. But do your best to clarify, get a clarity on what master has told. It's called manana. Then when you practice it in your life, and in your day-to-day life, when you start living with the truth, a lot of doubts will come when you start practicing. Okay, how do I handle this situation? What is the wisdom? All those things will come in picture. So these doubts will come, it's natural. So these doubts are good. Then you try to clarify and find the right answer for that from the master. This is all part of the manana process. Then you have understood the truth. You have internalized the truth. You have realized that you are pure consciousness, Brahman. Sit silently and meditate that I am Brahman. The Brahman is no longer an object. I am pure consciousness. I am pure awareness. I am that principle. So I am body, I am mind, I am intellect is not a correct understanding of myself. I am the pure awareness, the I principle, whose nature is awareness, whose nature is existence, whose nature is consciousness, whose nature is bliss. With this understanding, start meditating. So this is called nididhyasa. And nididhyasa has a certain procedure. So when your thoughts are related to external object, okay, you understand the external objects are nothing but manifesting, are nothing but representation of existence, sat. Convert all external objects into sat. And you understand that sat is there because I am conscious. Existence I am able to recognize because I am conscious. So sat, what I call as manifest reality, is nothing but consciousness only. It is my reality. I am sat and chit. Sat being infinite, I am also infinite. So like that you have to sit. I am existence, consciousness, bliss. So with the understanding that I am witness, whatever thoughts which are coming, you should drop. And hold on to I am witness thought first. And witness is existence, consciousness, bliss, which is infinite. With that thought, you have to recognize your or abide in yourself as Brahman. There's other method which Ramana Maharshi teaches, which is ask a question, who am I? So the who am I question is not to get an answer, because all answers are mental, mind. You cannot be objectified. The who am I question eliminates all possible mental answers. And when you cannot reject any answer, when you can reject all answers are rejected, or mind becomes silent, then what remains is pure existence, which is pure consciousness, which is pure bliss, which is your nature. So like that, Shravanam, Mananam, Nididhyasam. Shrotavyam, Mantitavyam, Nididhyastavyam is the teaching of Sri Yajnavalkya to Maitreyi. In the process of teaching Maitreyi, he is teaching to all seekers. All seekers are Brahmanas. Are Brahmanas, all those who seek truth. This is the procedure. So then the question comes, how long I have to do Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana? How long I have to do? Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana is a continuous process until all your doubts are cleared and you are fully established in Brahman or Supreme Reality. Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana has to be continued. The Vedantic truths have to be contemplated in different ways so that all our doubts, all our misunderstanding about the self is gone. So it is said that Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana has to be continued Ajiva Paryantam. Ajiva Paryantam means as long, in one way, as long as you have life, as long as you are alive, in one way of saying. And another way of saying is Ajiva Paryantam is as long as you think you are Jiva, individual. Okay. So once you realize you are Brahman, also people continue to listen to do Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana. Why?
They like it.
So when you have realized Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana, you have realized you are established with truth. After that, you do Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana. Now, it's your own glory is being told to you. Right? Before, to realize who you are, and after that, your glory, you are this, you are all this, that your own, the glory of the self is told. So it is never actually boring, Atmadana. You will continue before you get Atmadana, you will do Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana to realize the truth. After realizing the truth, okay, you listen because your own glory is being told in various ways by Vedanta. Vedanta tells us the glory of Jnani. In fact, Bhagavad Gita, Sri Krishna is giving a teaching of yoga and jnana. In reality, Bhagavad Gita, Sri Krishna is telling the glory of Sthita Prajna, enlightened only in various ways. So, you listen to your glory. Is there an end to listening to your glory? Listen. Your means the real glory of the self. Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasa, in one way will be continuing Ajiva Pariyanta, as long as you are alive. In another way of saying, it will continue as long as you think you are Jiva. But also after that it will continue, not for realization. You are listening to the glory of the self. And the glory of the self, you listen in a blissful state and you feel that the joy will be, you will experience the unbounded joy. So Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana, in one way it has to continue till you are alive. And any other, but while contemplating, many times the newer and newer aspects of the same truth will appear. The truth will, as your understanding becomes deeper and deeper, subtler and subtler aspects of truth will be evident. Okay. So then what you do? Then Swadhyaya Pravachanena. Swadhyaya Pravachana. So somebody has realized the truth. He can continue Swadhyaya. He can become aware of himself and Pravachana, teach others. Why should a Jnani teach others? So a Jnani teach others, one, to show the path for the seekers. This is the Vedantic truth. To preserve the Vedantic tradition of Guru Shishya Parampara, keep the light of a flame of the wisdom, the lamp of wisdom burning. One lamp lights many lamps. So keep up that. Some of the Jnanis take up the teaching. That's called Swadhyaya Pravachana. They are self-aware and they do teaching. Swadhyaya Pravachana. Okay. And Gnani teaches because the student has come saying that I have Adnana. So Gnani teaches himself in the form of students. It's not that he is teaching an ignorant student, he is teaching himself. Gnani sees himself in all the people who come to him. It's another way of reinforcing what he has learned, what he has understood. He is teaching to himself. In the process, the realization becomes deeper and deeper, and he finds himself in all people. First, he realizes himself as Aham Brahmasmi. Then there's a gradual relation, Sarvam Khalvidam, all this is Brahman. And he sees Brahman in the form of students, in the form of people who listen to his teachings. So his sense of self is all that is there, is the self that he starts living. That's why he may continue Swadhyaya Pravachana. Not necessarily all Gnanis do, but they do it in their own way. Sri Ramana Maharshi just sits silently and people get attracted to him. And then he gives teaching, those who seek. So like that, there is a inner radiance spreads through teaching. So this is the, so Yadnavalkya says, Shrotavyam Mantavyam Nidhyastavyam. And why I have told, and what the Gnani does after that also I have told.
We can see glory of yourself on WhatsApp also and here also everywhere. And then you will say we are attached to everything else, and but you are also attached to the glory, glory of yourself.
It's not attached, it's expression.
It's like expression, yeah.
The sun doesn't shine. Sun shining is the nature of sun. There's no activity more than that. Okay, so we'll continue. So the process of self-realization is Atma Vichara, the self-enquiry. That is what is meant by Shrotavyam. So there are three aspects of us. One, I think I am this. What I think I am. Then what others think I am. And what I am really. So what I am really is being investigated through the process of Atmadnana. Finally, you identify your real nature, not what you think as your nature, not what society thinks of you as your nature. Your real nature as existence, pure consciousness, and bliss is unraveled in the process of Jnana. So that's where you recognize Aham Brahmasmi, I am Brahman, the teaching of Upanishad. The Guru teaches you Tattvamasi, you are that. So that's called Upadesha Vakya, you are that. Then you contemplate, I am Brahman, Aham Brahmasmi. This is Sadhana Vakya. Or his practices, I am Brahman. Okay. That understanding dawns. Then there's a realization. I am Atma Brahman. This self is Brahman. So he doesn't say myself is Brahman. Myself is pure awareness. Because myself is still a personality is involved. There's an impersonal nature of the self. Impersonal nature, which is all transcendental nature, is recognized as self. Self is consciousness. Then you start recognizing the self in all. So all living beings, the same self is operating as a conscious entity. So Sarvam Khalvidam Brahma, all this is Brahman. Then you recognize all the objects are nothing but manifestations of existence, appearance of existence. Like a snake, rope appears as a snake. So everything is existence appearing as world. So then you start recognizing the existence behind the world, and you recognize that existence is recognized by consciousness, which is your own nature. existence and consciousness cannot be separated out, and existence and consciousness is infinite, and I am that infinite reality. Sarvam Khalvidam Brahma. This is recognized. So this is the process of self-realization. Okay. So in one way of saying, somebody sees a sculpture, statue, a beautiful statue. He is so fascinated by the statue, then he starts looking at the statue very closely. Then he recognizes the statue is made up of brass. So when he recognizes the brass, there is no, the form disappears. Now his attention is going on the brass. So then now he looks back at the statue, everything appears as a brass statue. So now, similarly, we are fascinated by the world of name and form. We don't see the essence of the name and form. Okay. The essence of the name and form is the entire world. What is the essence of the entire world? The world appears to me because I have a body. All right. Without the body, there's no world. So the essence of the body is my world. The essence of the world is my body. For me, right? For somebody else, his body. The world is appearing to me because of my body. So the world is available to me in the form, subtle form in my body. Right? The consciousness in me, which I call as I am, is recognizing the world in the form of thoughts. Thoughts are appearing and disappearing in consciousness. The world is nothing but thoughts in me. Such an infinite world is nothing but thoughts. And thoughts are appearing and disappearing in my consciousness. So the essence of the world is nothing but body. The essence of the body and world is nothing but thought. Essence of thought is consciousness, which is I am. And essence of I am is I principle, which is consciousness, awareness. Awareness is non-dual. There's no two awareness. There's only one awareness. Awareness is infinite, non-dual reality. My essential nature is awareness. The essential nature of the world is also awareness. Like a sculpture is made up of brass. So you try to go back to the self by process of rejecting. But
essential nature of the world is
awareness. So by rejecting the name and form, okay, because you're ignoring the name and form, you are going back to awareness. As you settle in awareness, then you recognize the essential nature of yourself and the world as thought, and the essential nature of thought as awareness. Then when you come back and see the world, you see the awareness appearing in various forms as the world. Like brass is appearing as sculpture. So now the duality is gone. Sarvam Khalvidam Brahma. All this is Brahman. Just Aham Brahmasmi is not end of realization. Sarvam Khalvidam Brahma is realization. Both have to happen. Ultimately, you have to recognize the essential nature of the world as awareness.
or consciousness.
Huh?
Steps of
Awareness.
consciousness.
Awareness or consciousness, pure consciousness. Right? So this is how a realization happens. Why you are saying close your eyes, go back, go find out the root thought, find out what I thought, and then you go to awareness. Then once you are established in awareness, you start coming back and see the world. The same world shines in the light of the self, Atma Jyoti. Awareness, the entire world shines. The entire world is appearing and disappearing in awareness. What is appearing is not different from awareness. You cannot separate out from awareness. What is appearing and disappearing is not real. It's mithya, but it's made up of stuff called awareness. Like wave is made up of water, wave appears and disappears. The foam is made up of water, foam appears and disappears. Nothing happens to water. Similarly, I am pure awareness. Nothing happens to me as pure awareness. The body, mind, intellect, and world appear and disappear in the awareness is myself. So this becomes clear. This is the meaning of Aham Brahmasmi and Sarvam Khalvidam Brahma. You start seeing the divine everywhere with your eyes open, not with the eyes closed. Eyes closed, you find out yourself. Okay. And once you find yourself, with eyes open, you find the self manifesting as everything. So this is what is called seeing God with open eyes. Once somebody asked Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, can God be only seen in Samadhi? Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa said, what kind of a God he is who is bound in Samadhi? God has to be, God means awareness, has to be recognized with the eyes open. Then only your realization is complete. Eyes open or closed doesn't matter. And such a person who is able to be established in the reality called awareness, in the waking state, dream state, deep sleep state, such a person is called Sthita Prajna or enlightened one. Okay. So Yatmavalkya is enlightened one. And they are also called Paramahamsa. Paramahamsa means great swan. A swan is is able to separate out water and milk. Like that, Paramahamsa has separated out Satya and Mithya, Atma and Anatma, and subject and object. And finally, he has realized the ultimate subject, self, which is pure awareness. Then he recognized that as the essential nature of everything, as Brahman. So this is the realization. It's almost saying the gold is made into a necklace, a chain, a ring. Gold takes various forms. Similarly, awareness takes various forms called world. Necklace is gold. Ring is gold. A chain is gold. Similarly, world is awareness. The stone is awareness. But awareness is not necklace. As a gold is not necklace. Gold is not chain. Gold is everything. Similarly, awareness is, initially I had a wrong understanding that I am body, which means awareness is body only. Now I recognize I am, which is awareness, is everything, not just body. And everything is appearing and disappearing in awareness. Gold takes the form of necklace, ring, and chain. Necklace and ring and chain can be melted, the form can change, but nothing happens to the gold. Similarly, the awareness, keeps changing the form, but nothing happens to me as the awareness. Awareness, I am. So this recognition happens. Everything is an appearance. Like a snake, a rope appears as snake. Awareness or my own nature, which is existence, appears as a world and body. Finally, I recognize the rope is not a snake, snake is not a rope, it's rope. Then even when I look at the snake, because of an optical illusion, it may appear as a snake, but I know it's a rope. Similarly, Adnani, even when he sees the world and the body, he knows it's pure awareness, Brahman only, which is seen. That's why Sri Kabir said, wherever I see, whatever I see is Ram only. Any questions?
Steps of enlightenment.
Clear, no?
You told us once, like, you remove the goggles and see, and then put the goggles back and see everything is you.
Okay. Okay. There are two words which have come of we have come in this Upanishad. One is called Brahmana and other is called sannyasi. In India, there is a deep respect for a Brahmana. Okay. So now here we have to understand the real meaning of Brahmana. In Vedantic terms, a Brahmana means one who seeketh. A Brahmana by profession will be able to chant mantras. Okay, there's a Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra based on the profession. But Vedantic terms, a seeker of truth is called Brahmana because he is seeking Brahman. Brahman means infinity. Everybody is feeling finite. How I can experience my infinite nature, which is self. Somebody who has the quest is called a Brahmana. Okay. Somebody who is seeking truth is called Brahmana. Somebody who has realized the truth is also called Brahmana. He is now Brahmadna. He has realized the truth. He started as seeker, Brahmana. Okay. Then he realized himself as Brahmana, Brahman. Then he is called Brahmana. The seeker is the sought. I am seeking the truth. Then when I recognize the seeker is the sought, the truth is my own nature. The seeker is the sought. Sought is not different from the seeker. I don't get something new. The seeker is the sought. The seeker is called Brahmana. The realized one is also called Brahmana because he is the sought, Brahman. So in Indian psyche has a deep respect for seekers of truth. That's where the respect for Brahmanas came. Okay. As a seeker of truth, somebody who is seeking truth. It is something like right now, I know a person who is a scientist. The moment I say scientist, I have some different kind of respect to him compared to a postman or a watchman. Because scientist is in search of truth. He is dedicating his life. So that's how a seeker of truth was called Brahmana. And a person who realized truth is also called Brahmana because seeker is a sought. He realizes I am Brahman. He doesn't get something else as Brahman. The essential nature of everybody is Brahman. So in essence, Brahman means infinite consciousness. In essence, the entire society or all humankind is craving to recognize their Brahman nature. It's aspiration to realize the Brahman nature, which translates into respect from Brahmana, seeker of truth. Some point of time, this all got converted to caste or birth. We should not go by what is societal practice. We should go by essential meaning of the words. That's called, there's a rudartha, means what is used in the society, colloquial usage, and essential meaning, guhyartha. So we have to always understand the spiritual literature in terms of guhyartha or essential meaning, not in the terms of rudartha. A Brahmin has to be respected because he is seeking truth. In the process of seeking truth, he doesn't have any desire for anything. We have heard the people who are searching for Nobel Prize, the Nobel scientists, for searching for truth. They don't sleep. They don't eat food properly. Day and night they struggle. Whatever kind of dress they wear. Sometimes they wear very shabby dress also. They're so engrossed in searching for the truth. Similarly, a real Brahmana is so engrossed in searching for the truth of the self that his external dress and external lifestyle may be ignored. He is so focused on the truth. Somebody who is really focusing on the truth is called Brahmana. And there's a deep respect for him because he is in search of the ultimate truth, the seeker of truth. And then he recognizes himself as Brahman. So to indicate that seeker is the sought, you don't get something new. The word Brahmana is used for both seeker and sought. But in the colloquial language, it becomes a very different meaning. Are you clear? Hmm? So the searching for the truth and recognizing the truth is given in the form of a story. 10 people try to cross a river, and then they think that one person has drowned. When they start counting, they find 9 people. Or somebody comes and asks them to count, including the person who is crying. So then he recognizes that he forgot to count himself. Now he recognizes himself as the 10th man. Similarly, when you recognize yourself, you don't get something new. Okay? You'll recognize your true nature as Brahman. The 10th man didn't find somebody else, but he recognized his true nature as the lost person. So that's why in Sanskrit, Brahmana means seeker and Brahmana means realized. The same word is used for both. But in social terms, it has become very difficult. My Guru Ajja, he is a Brahmadnani, he is a realized person. He was walking, he was going all over India. Wherever he gets food, he eats, otherwise he keeps walking. In temples, they serve food. In some temples, there's a custom that only Brahmins are supposed to sit in a row, Brahmanas. They asked Ajja, are you a Brahmana? He said, yes. Then he goes and sits in that row. Then they ask him to open his shirt and show that sacred thread. Ajja doesn't wear sacred thread. He is a Gnani. Then what they do, they lift him physically and throw him out of the temple. And he was injured. Then somebody asks him, are you hurt? Are you angry? Ajja says, yes, I am hurt, but I am not angry. They asked me a question, am I Brahmana? I said, I am Brahmana because I know Brahman. I am Brahman. But for them, Brahmana means somebody who is actually by profession Brahmana, who is able to chant mantra. What to do? Understanding mistake, he says. So like this, Sanskrit words are very confusing when you don't know the context, when you don't know how it is used in the Vedic literature. So we have to be careful. Right? Then another word, so it means actually the focus of this society in India, okay, was a deeper spiritual realization called knowing Brahman. So that was the actually aspiration to know Brahman and is to be free is the aspiration of society. That's how the Brahmana was respected in this society. Brahmana means seeker of truth, and Brahmana means one who is realized the truth, because that is the ultimate growth potential of a human being. So over a period of time, it has become a caste, community, and all those things. But in essence, there is a meaning. Okay. Another aspect of society was sannyasa. Sannyasa also another aspiration of society. In Indian society, even today, there's a great respect for people who are monks, sannyasis. We respect that dress of the monks, ochre or saffron dress. Because sannyasa means is a lifestyle. Samyak nyasa. Somebody who is seeking truth. Okay. His mind has to be focused completely on the Atma, the self. Samyak nyasa means right kind of deposit. When your mind is completely deposited or attention goes completely to the self-realization, then everything else gets dropped. A student wants to get great rank in IIT. So then he drops going to movies, playing with friends, everything, his attention is completely focused. Somebody who is completely focused on self-realization, in the process, he renounces or drops, everything gets dropped from him. Such a person is called sannyasi. So that's why in Indian society, a person starts with brahmachari, a student. Brahmachari means knowing Brahman, knowing God, studying about God. To grahastha, one who is practicing dharma. To vanaprastha, one who meditates on God. And sannyasi, who is completely mind is focused on God and self. This is the evolution of a human being in the life. Sannyasa is the evolution. It does not. It is nothing to do with the dress. Dress is symbolic. Really, all human beings of Indian society said starts evolving towards sannyasi as you become grow. As you grow, you start becoming mature. You understand what all not important in life. Then finally you realize only God is important in life, and your attention gets focused. That's why from brahmachari to grahastha to vanaprastha to sannyasa is the evolution, spiritual evolution of a person in society. So in that sense, Indian society gives a lot of respect to sannyasa because it's a state of spiritual evolution. You understand what all things are not important, can finally focus on the right thing. Similarly, society gives a respect to Brahmana because he has become a seeker now, right? So Brahmana has become a seeker and then he has realized Brahman. A seeker has to become sannyasi. His mind has to get focused and then he has to realize the truth, Brahman. The seeker sannyasis of two types. One who renounces for the sake of seeking. It's called Vidvisha sannyasa, renunciation of the seeker. Okay. Then renunciation of the knower is called Vidvat sannyasa, one who is knower. The Yadnaval belongs to the category of renunciation of the knower, Vidvat. In the renunciation of the knower, there's nothing to renounce. Everything gets dropped now. His mind and he has become free and he is established in Brahman, supreme reality. So everything what is attached to him starts getting dropped. From that people, he becomes Vidvat sannyasa. Then what is the question of formal sannyasa required? Okay. Formally, why should he become? Anyways, things are getting dropped. See, what happens is that in the process of our lifestyle as a grahastha, we build a lot of security systems. The house, the family, this all security is built by the ego. For survival, you do something. In sannyasa, even that survival, whatever you built also gets dropped. So now you say, whatever God gives me, I will take it. Okay. If I don't get food, that's it. So now all securities you are dropping. Final securities of survival securities also you are dropping. The ego has a very good mechanism of building security, layers and layers of security around that. With Jnana, a lot of things have dropped. The final layer of security, yes, I have to survive. Okay, the safety net which I have built, even that gets dropped in the Vidvat sannyasa. Thus, two things were goal of Indians: Brahmana and sannyasa. Now, Brahmana and sannyasa are not, Brahmana doesn't mean in terms of birth or caste, a seeker. Everybody has to be is a seeker and one who is realized. Sannyasi is not necessarily a dress. Sannyasi is one who has become so focused on self-realization. In the process, a lot of things have got dropped. These were two ideals of India. Okay. Just look at it. There's a difference in the way Indians perceive a society and Americans. In America, anybody who has a lot of money and power, we can only becomes president. Okay. Indians feel happy when somebody says rejects money and power and says I am simple. Okay. The simplicity and rejection of money and power is recognized as a value in India. Whereas that is not recognized as a value in America. Because deep inside in India, there's a value for renunciation. There's value for seeking. And that's actually what's called Brahmana and Sannyasa. These are two ideals of India. Clear? Okay, last. in this chapter, last sloka, last. So Yajnavalkya finally gives the essential meaning of self-relation. A salt lump of salt mixes with the ocean, and now you cannot find the salt. It's all ocean only. Similarly, an individual, a seeker of Brahman called Brahmana, seeks Brahman or supreme reality itself, which is essential nature, and becomes and recognizes my essential nature is Brahman. And I am Brahman. So it's not only his essential nature, everybody's essential nature is same. Essential nature of everybody is same. Okay, Brahman. Everybody or everything in the universe is made up of the same fundamental stuff called awareness. It's called Brahman. He recognizes true nature as Brahman. Right? Then he has no more individuality left. A wave has recognized I am the water. There's no more individuality. And he is blissful now. Earlier he was finding himself limited by the body. Now as awareness, he is infinite. Such a person is called Brahmadnani. So earlier he had a concept that I am body. I am is associated with the body. Now I am is recognized as I principle, which is awareness. Now it's nothing special to him. It is common to all, but only he has recognized. In the process of recognition, what happened? He has lost a sense of individual selfishness, individuality, which is selfishness. All disturbance of the mind, mano vikara, kama, krodha, mada, matsara, moha, lobha, they got dropped because there's no selfishness now. Here from an individual, he has become a universal being. He's no longer an individual. His mind has become vast. He embraces all as his self. Everything in the world is not the self only, Brahman only. Such a person is called Brahmana or knower of Brahman. Okay. He sees all in the self, all in one. All means everything in the universe is appearing in awareness only. All in one. One is awareness. And one in all. In everything what you see, the awareness, he sees the essential nature of everything. So for him, there's no other left. There's no duality left. Where there is no duality, there's no fear, there's no stress. From an individual has become a universal being. And universal being is called Brahmana. He is a universal man. He is gone beyond the caste, community, religion, man and woman, plant and animals. He is the universal being. Such a person is called Brahmana or Brahmadna or Brahmadnani. Okay. So this is the essential meaning of this section called Maitreyi Brahmana. Okay. Today is over. English is over. Take tomorrow.